Today we are talking about interesting headgear that our animals carry. One of the most noticeable headgear items that animals in Russell Forest carry is antlers. And the white-tailed deer that is native to our area, the males typically have antlers this time of year. Antlers are not horns, although we commonly call them horns. They are a type of bone. They are a bone, dead bone, that grows out of the animal's head annually. This antler has been cut, so you can see that it is bone solid all the way through. Different from a horn, which grows continuously throughout an animal's life, like a sheep or a goat horn. And antlers are actually shed annually. Now, antlers are used by the white-tailed deer, mostly for posturing. The males will show off for the females, wrestle with each other, tussle, and fight for dominance and the right to breed with the females. Antlers grow from the base of the skull, the frontal bone. The base is called a pedicel, and it grows out in a very interesting way. That's one of the fastest growing tissues in the animal kingdom. An antler can grow a ½ inch to an inch a day when it's forming, which is pretty fast growth for just about anything in the animal kingdom. To help illustrate fancy headgear today, I have a type of duck. It's a crested duck who exhibits this very, very fancy plume on her head. Now, the cells that lead to antler growth found on the deer's skull are not quite the same as the cells that lead to fancy feather growth, but they do have some similarities. The features of the skull of a crested duck lead to the formation of this crest. It's a genetic mutation that causes a deformity in her skull. And from that skull deformity grows this strange puff of feathers, which can vary quite a bit. Some ducks have large crests, some ducks have small crests, but of course most ducks have none at all. If a duck is homozygous for the genetic defect that causes this, they will not survive. It's actually a lethal gene. But when it's only halfway there, when a duck is heterozygous for the mutation, they will have a fancy puff, a crest, and help us illustrate the fancy headgear that our typical white-tailed deer have.